I exposed my sister's fake cancer story in front of an entire charity gala. My older sister, Marin, 25F, has been the miracle child our whole lives. She was the baby my parents never thought they'd have, the golden girl who could do no wrong. Then I came along 6 years later, Lena, 19F, the quiet afterthought, the one always accused of creating drama whenever I dared point out her nonsense. And trust me, there was a lot of nonsense. She faked fainting spells whenever I achieved something. She staged a possible tumor scare that somehow landed right on the week of my senior award ceremony. But nothing compared to the day she announced she had cancer, late-stage Hodgkin's lymphoma, she claimed. No medical paperwork. No appointments. No legitimate hair loss. Just sad selfies and oversized sweaters and cryptic captions like fighting battles you can't see. Then a $60,000 GoFundMe popped up for uncovered procedures. People flocked to support her. Donations, letters, handmade blankets. And when I didn't repost her fundraiser or gush publicly, she made sure her followers noticed. Suddenly I was the jealous sister, the heartless sibling without empathy. But I knew she was lying. I'd seen the bald cap drying on her vanity. I'd heard her recording herself crying, restarting the clip over and over when she didn't look tragic enough. I kept silent, because that's what I'd always done. Then my aunt invited me to her annual charity event. I barely speak to her, so the invitation was unexpected. I had no idea why she wanted me there. I found out the second I walked into the venue. Marin was being honored with a Courage Award. She stood on stage, surrounded by actual cancer survivors and families who had been through hell, and delivered a trembling speech about resilience. When she embraced one of the sponsors afterward, I could clearly see the seam of the bald cap at the back of her head. I could also see the cracks in her story, chemo days that didn't line up with timestamps of her brunch, her treatment fatigue magically disappearing on days she went kayaking, hospital bracelets she reused for staged photos. Something in me snapped. As she posed with the mayor for photos, I stepped forward and said loudly enough for her mic to pick up. "Why don't you show everyone what's under that scarf?" She gave a tight, awkward laugh. I didn't. I walked straight up to her, lifted the silk wrap from her head, and peeled off the bald cap in one clean motion. The room gasped. Someone actually screamed. Her perfectly styled hair fell down around her shoulders, and she just stood there, frozen like the glitching robot. I turned to the crowd and said, "She doesn't have cancer. She's been lying to all of you for sympathy and money." My aunt was the first to speak, staring at Marin in horror. "Is this true?" Marin only choked out a nervous laugh before the event host snatched the award right out of her hands. I left immediately. I didn't want to witness the fallout. By the time I got home, the GoFundMe had been suspended, reported by dozens of angry donors. All the people she manipulated finally saw the truth. Her entire image collapsed in seconds, because she built it on lies.